Hey guys, so this is This Week in Digital with Enilon. Really trying to bring you guys headlines of things that are going on as they come out. Let's talk about what it is, what we think about it, should you care about it. Interesting headline that we recently saw. Firefox yesterday released a new version, and there's a new privacy feature within this browser that actually strips out a few important URL tracking parameters. So this is definitely an important conversation as it comes to different advertising and marketing tracking. So just wanted to talk about it. Will this impact our reporting? Will this impact our campaigns? I'm here with Hala and Jared, who are on our performance marketing team. Maybe one of you guys can tell us a little bit about what is going on and what are they doing?
Yeah, I can start out. It looks like, so there has been this shift in kind of a race to whoever can be the most privacy rich, I guess you could say. You have browsers like Brave, which already essentially does this just out of the box. Safari and Apple have obviously been making waves to kind of provide people with more privacy. And so it looks like Firefox is headed that way as well. They were one of the first to start, one of the really big ones to move towards removing third-party cookies. So this is just another step in that direction where they are looking for ways to provide people with more options aside from Google Chrome. And it actually gives you a little more control over your privacy as you browse the internet.
So I guess explain a little bit about, what are tracking parameters for those that might not know, or is this like all of them, or is it specific ones? Like what is being impacted?
According to the article that we're reading, it isn't all tracking parameters. But the idea behind tracking parameters is an advertiser can set up a URL string that communicates to them when someone clicks on a certain ad type or even a certain link within an email, so they can figure out where they're getting their traffic from and how it's converting. And so it looks like Firefox is removing some of those. The ones they have listed are, it looks like there are a bunch of CRM, so customer relationship management tools like HubSpot and Marketo. So yeah, Facebook is one that they mention on here as well. So in essence, they are trying to provide more privacy from those types of services at the moment.
So that kind of sounds like a big deal. So like if I use HubSpot or if I use Facebook in my marketing, like will I all of a sudden not be able to track anything? Like how big of an impact is this?
That's a good question. Firefox, as far as market share, doesn't take up a huge portion. But if other people follow suit, that could cause some issues. Firefox is just pretty small in regards to market share at this point because most people are either you have Chrome on your phone or you have Safari. You're either Android or you're Apple and you're on those two. But there's no doubt about it that there is a demand for privacy and it's shifting towards kind of the direction that Firefox is headed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Hala, I know you've been working in a lot of reporting and analytics. What are you seeing as you're looking at this?
So first, I just wanted to note that, this is a feature that they're just rolling out, and we might not see, that reflect in reporting immediately. It might take some while as people adopt it. Again, it's not something that's coming built in. You'll have to go into your settings and turn it on. Not a lot of people really look at the end, at the end of their URL to look at that, string that we attach to it. And it's not something that tracks any specific user information. It's typically something that we use to see if you're running multiple ads. You'll, sort of put in the different ads, like just name them like 1, 2, or 3 so that okay, this specific ad is driving more traffic, and that's mostly when we look at our analytics side, and we bucket things in those, in that structure. And so it doesn't carry any, at least the way that we do it, it doesn't carry any specific private information. And so I think this is a step for them in the right direction if they're heading more towards privacy. And I think, we might see people adopt it more. We might, have people just kind of overlook it. But in terms of just reporting, I don't think it's going to immediately affect the way that we just track our ads from the different platforms. But definitely I see it might be an implications for, the CRMs if you're using HubSpot or any of those other ones that they've mentioned. And if you do use that, it's definitely something that you need to look into and see. You can go into your analytics portion and see how many of your users are coming from the Firefox or use the Firefox browser. And if it's a big percentage for you, then you might want to start looking into other forms of tagging to ensure that you don't get that data loss. So, and it's definitely for the long haul. It's not something that's going to immediately affect, but just to echo what Jared was saying, if Firefox are starting this trend, we might see other browsers kind of hop on the bandwagon.
So for now, we don't think that there's any major alarms going off. It's more about what does this mean for the future, and who else is going to adopt this, and how is it going to continue to expand?
Correct.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate that summary. Is there anything else about this topic that we feel like we need to share, or just more about kind of watching and seeing?
It's just definitely, as we see a lot of those changes for privacy, it's really important to just kind of be ahead of the curve and, instead of waiting to see the data drop, and just try to be proactive and look at how you're running your campaigns or your ads, and just make sure that you're accounting for any data loss that's happening. So just try to stay ahead of the curve instead of seeing those numbers drop and then try to change the structure or change the ads or try to adopt tracking tools.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys hopping on and your insights on this. We'll continue to keep everybody updated as things continue to progress. So we'll talk to everybody soon.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.